A very good morning, South Africa. Baie goeiemôre, South Africa, and Molweni Mzansi. I hope that you are well. Ek hoop dat almal van julle baie wel is. En by nou, ekskuus tog, dat julle daarom die Kers etes en daai tyd met die familie kon geniet het en agter gesit het en vir daai wat ek nog nie meer kon praat nie, 'n baie geseënde Kersfees vir u en die familie. I hope that the spirit of Christmas, the real spirit, was celebrated, and the reminder why Christmas actually exists, of the birthing of that light in our world, and that world was given to us to create not only peace but love. Just going to say good morning, Lorna, Wilma, baie goeiemôre, Avril, Janet Breet. As you can hear, I'm sitting outside on an absolute magnificent place. Ek is in die Suid-Kaap 'n bietjie. Good morning, Cecile, Edith, Lee, it's so good to see you. Good morning. Teresa, a very good morning to you and a blessed greeting. Shirley, goeiemôre. Morning, how are you? Johan, ek rus 'n bietjie, ja. Ek het 'n bietjie van 'n tan kleur. Die brein kan nog 'n bietjie lê, maar my hart is reg vir 'n jaar wat moet kom. So baie dankie. Sherry, very good morning. And I've got Doreen. Good morning. Sherry, morning. Janet, Breet, how are you? Then Suzanne, Shalon Pro, Lee Meyer, a very good morning to the most stunning ladies and the most stunning gents that are in our country, our South Africans. Claudia, baie goeiemôre. Rassie, Rasmus, Avril, baie goed om julle te sien. Mani Fourie, ja, kry nog 'n bietjie vakansie in. Rina, Lisa, soos my tweede laaste dag. Faye, baie goeiemôre. Kashifa, good to see you. And assalamu alaikum, good to meet you. Marinda, Amanda Opperman, Kevin, our solid rock from Ekurhuleni, a very good Christmas and a happy new year very soon. And thank you for all the work. Malcolm Duisel, goeiemôre aan jou. Warren, hey Warren, always there, so good to see you. Our comms director, Bonnie, Smart, good morning to you, my president. Neil, I'm a Smart. Cassandra, watching you from Zambia. Very good to see you, and always good to meet people from our neighboring states. David, William, Rina, Donovan. Guys, just quickly, thank you very much. Baie dankie dat u vir my hierdie tyd op 'n Woensdag weer kan gee, soos ons altyd afsprake gemaak het, Woensdag 9uur of in die week wanneer ek kan, wil ek terugkom na u toe. Yeah, Dion, morning, at least we can see the beach, and that is exactly why I am speaking to you today. So a very official good morning, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, to the UIM site. My name is Neil de Beer. I'm the president of the UIM, with a group of people that have now started to assemble in this country that is amazing. I'm currently in Hartenbos, as you all probably know by now, with a very good friend of mine, Boland, who invited me, and I've had a great few days to rest. But can I tell you, if you drive through Hartenbos, George, excuse me, Haroldsby, Knysna today, you see people that are trying to be happy. I came up here because I needed a break. We've had a hell of a 2020 with me. Ons het 'n groot 22 gehad, 2020. Dit was nie maklik vir ons nie. But one thing that I do know, South Africa, is that we took our group in 2020 and we changed hope. The UIM brought hope, not to just this country, but the UIM brought hope for you. It brought hope for our children. It brought hope for a future generation that ordinary people can rise. Ordinary people that I've been walking around here in Hartenbos. I've been walking in Mossel Bay, and when I stop at a garage, I walk into the mall. People stop me when they recognize and go, thank you. And I'll go, for what? And they'll go, just for hope. This is amazing, South Africa, that dat mense my sal stop in Mosselbaai en Hartenbos en vandag is ek op pad Knysna toe. As jy in Knysna stuur vir my 'n boodskap, ek sal inbox my. Ek het 'n paar maskers. Ja, maskers. Ek wil daaroor praat, maar ek het 'n paar UIM maskers laat maak. As jy in Knysna vandag is, ek gaan daarso net 'n bietjie kuier vir 'n baie goeie vriend en as jy daar is, inbox my hierso en ek sal vir julle 'n paar drop vir ook as ek sal julle graag wil ontmoet in Knysna. Maar hierdie boodskap is vir jou. This message is for you personal today. I have a message for the president that is leaving the presidency very soon. And this message comes from the heart of South Africa. Hierdie boodskap gaan aan u, meneer die president, tydelik. En hierdie boodskap kom direk van Neil de Beer, die UIM, en nou 2,5 miljoen mense wat ons al gesien het. Duisende wat nou aan ons behoort in hart en siel. Hierdie boodskap, meneer Rhamaphosa, is aan u vanoggend hier uit Hartenbos uit, van my die Neil de Beer, president van die UIM en toekomstige president van hierdie land. Hoor my. I am not a medical doctor, Mr. President, and neither are you. You were a unionist that became a negotiator, that became a businessman, that became a president. My name, Neil de Beer, I was a student, a soldier, a activist, a liberation fighter, a person that went into the political sphere of this nation, felt under Nelson Mandela, created global businesses, and currently is running to change the heart of a nation. That's my credentials, and I'm a Christian. And nothing else is better to stand on my CV, except that. But more than that, Mr. President, current, I am a human being. You see, Mr. President, when you speak to people, a massive amount of humanity must come out. As u aan ons mense wil raak, as u ons wil hê om in u siel te sit, dan moet jy menslik wees, meneer die president, uitgaande. And I do not think you were successful in touching the heart of this nation last night. In my opinion, Mr. President, you broke it. Now, in no doubt, myself as a national leader, I have empathy and sympathy on the matters of COVID-19 and the coronavirus that has currently apparently moved into what we are now calling the second wave. Daar's nie manier as 'n nasionale leier in hierdie land waar ons frons en wegstap van die realiteite van COVID-19 af nie. Persoonlik het COVID my geraak, deur verskeie vriende en mense naby my weg te neem in hierdie jaar. Ek het staflede verloor. En tans verstaan ons dat daar baie menigte ander mense is wat deur dieselfde gaan. So we are not taking COVID lightly. To sit there last night and absolutely, squarely, lock this country down to level 3 on the basis that you say that South Africans are ill-disciplined, do not basically care, and are currently not adhering to rules and regulations, is something that I vehemently wish to debate with you in person and reject. Yes, that there are people in this country that are ill-disciplined, I agree. Ja, dat daar mense in hierdie land is, wat hierdie ding ligweg opvat, en nie gehoorsaam is nie, stem ek met u saam. Maar daar's altyd hierdie ding van 'n manier iets doen. There's this way of doing something that could be better. Now I'm going to not sit here like a specific leader of the DA, die mense wat daar is, nee. Mr. Jonathan, who continually and perpetually just says exactly the opposite of what government says. This has been your politics for years. I'm not even going to debate with the EFF because they are absolutely irrelevant. So this is the UIM, the People's Party, and I, the leader, making a statement on the following. Mr. President, we are over 220 days now in so-called levels of lockdown in the Republic. When you launched the first attack on lockdown in this country more than 222 days ago, the reason you gave us as your disciplined citizens is that we, South Africa, must prepare. You asked us to stand with you and to stand with the South African government so that you could prepare the hospitals, the nursing staff, the medical fraternity, and all people in state for a massive onslaught on the COVID-19 pandemic. You moved us from a 14-day to a 21-day and then to virtually months of lockdown so that you could prepare in case there was a massive wave of citizens that were going to attract this virus. Die rede hoekom ons as Suid-Afrikaners, meneer die president uitgaande, na u geluister het, was omdat u gesê het ons moet kans kry om te buffer sodat ons die hospitale, die mediese staf, die mediese equipment kan bymekaar kry sodat as ons as Suid-Afrikaners die virus kry, u sou reg wees. Meneer die president, dit is nou meer as 9 maande. Is jy nog nie reg nie? Is u mense nog nie voorbereid nie? Is die polisie, die weermag en die mediese dienste in hierdie land nog nie reg nie? Wel, as u nog nie reg is nie, dan is Suid-Afrika ook nog nie reg vir u nie. If the government of this country in 8 months has not yet settled, prepared the police, defense force and medical fraternity of this nation, and you are not ready for us, then Mr. President, neither are the Republic of South Africa citizens. Now we will stand as disciplined people because we are always. But what we are not going to do, Mr. President, is have you sit there and not have humanity. Hundreds and thousands of people today are on holiday. Hundreds and thousands of our citizens wanted a break from COVID. Hundreds and thousands of our citizens traveled thousands of kilometers to have a break, to come to their holiday homes, as here in Hartenbos, as here in George, Knysna, Cape Town, Durban, and the West Coast that you have now declared as red zones. Mr. President, last night you abominably just said that as of midnight, Lockdown 3 will occur. Not only was that a blatant shock to this nation, but no doubt a slap in our face as people that are trying to recover and have made an effort to pay money and to come and have this break. This shows me an absolute lack of planning, an endemic situation of ANC and government panic and unpreparedness. Because to lock this country down on level 3 and to say that you will summarily fine and arrest people if they do not wear masks, then Mr. President, where are you going to get the men and women to do so? We are already in trouble with crime. We are already tilting where the South African Police Service cannot fight on all sides. But you are ready now to lock up 52 million citizens and give them a fine or 6 months imprisonment because of a mask. Now, I am very unclear as to how the basic 180,000 unbelievable heroes in blue, the police, the law enforcement, metro and traffic, are going to police this order that you have so dramatically set into place as of midnight last night. Again, I'll make it very clear, as an incumbent presidential candidate of this country, that I support every measure to protect the country against COVID, but not a measure or a plan that emphatically looks good in paper and on TV, but has no practical sense on the ground. Daar's nie 'n manier dat ek as 'n inkomende kandidaat vir president van hierdie land my mond sal uitspoel en dokumente op die grond plaas wat nie enigsins bereikbaar kan wees op die grond nie. Ons polisie is al klaar bars. Ons weermag sit weer in kampe en pitstente. En ons nurse en dokters is moeg. President Rhamaphosa, wat het jy nou weer gemaak om 'n ideologie uit te gee vir mens, maar geen praktiese reëlings nie? Gisteraand toe u hierdie reëls uitstuur, het ek gevoel paniek in hierdie land. Nee, inteendeel, meneer die president, ek was tussen mense en paniek. Die vraag het uitgekom. Waartoe moet ons gaan? Mag ons gaan? En wanneer kan ons gaan? Want wat hy nie aangedink het nie, uitgaande president, is dat hier's mense wat amper 5,000 kilos gery het op en af om op vakansie te wees. Moet hulle vandag huis toe gaan? Is die provinsies oop? Now you can tell us what you want, but last night in this country, you didn't have a family meeting, sir. You had family chaos. Meneer die president, jy het 8 maande gehad om hospitale, mobiele klinieks, mobiele toetsstasies en personeel op te lei. Daar's geen verskoning nie. Mr. President, you've had 8 months to erect mobile clinics, mobile testing stations, and you did not so. And if you did, where are they? You declared the Southern Cape, where I am currently, as a hotspot. Well, the only hotspot I see is the sun. And yes, the tanning getting from it, but I'm seeing no mobile COVID stations, no more mobility, no door-to-door. Now, surely as a pragmatic leader, this is how you calm a nation down, by increasing testing and increasing the help of people that seek it on the streets. So I can only say utter disappointment and rubbish. It's not about cutting alcohol. Our people are disciplined, most of them. But Mr. President, have you visited an informal settlement lately? Mr. President, I challenge you as the president of the UIM, that you for 1 week visit 8 informal settlements at night. I ask you, Mr. Rhamaphosa, that comes from the people, hashtag I don't know, to meet me and our people in Langa, Khayelitsha, Kayamandi, Diepsloot, Soweto, and I'd like you to come see with your own eyes if lockdown is successful there. Now, I'm making a very clear statement because I work there over weekends. Wil vir die uitgaande president uitdaag om saam met my en ons mense in 8 van ons swart nedersettings in hierdie land te kom kuier. En dan wil ek vir u vra, nadat u daar was, of jy regtig dink lockdown gebeur in Langa, Luandle, Khayelitsha, Gugulethu, Tembisa. Dit is mos absolute nonsens. En jy weet dit. Want jy kom ons sogenaamd hashtag daar uit. So what is this lockdown? Is this lockdown for people that are segregated? Mr. President, you are wrong. I am very sorry. But to tell this country that we are ill-disciplined and therefore you will treat us like children is one thing. But to come out in this country and tell us that we will be locked down with immediate effect and not give us a preparation or a solution is utter rubbish and cannot be taken as a leadership from yourself. We ask South Africans to heed a call of discipline. Yes, we do. But to come and tell me that the vaccine is on its way is like telling me 4 months ahead that we should prepare for the night of Christmas, but we don't know what presents we're getting. Mr. President, the South African citizen is not ill-informed. We will wait for the proof that such vaccine works. We will wait that the world proves that that which we need to take into our body is effectively safe and clear. And I've made it very clear, Mr. President, that the UIM is in full support of the fight against COVID, but we believe that the vaccine must be proven and should be taken and inoculated by the decision of the citizen himself. That if anybody would force a mandatory vaccine on the citizens of this country, that the UIM publicly today states that we will take that matter to the Constitutional Court or to the highest entity of justice in this country. Ons het daai besluit geneem as die UIM, dat al beklei ons met alles wat ons het teen COVID, dat die vaksine in die wêreld bewys moet word, en dat dit eie reg moet wees, en dat geen staat dit op ons sal afdwing nie. En indien wel, sal die UIM besluit om dit na die hof te vat in die hoogste howe, sodat ons menseregte beskerm kan word. There was no solutions given to us last night. Last night was again to tell us what was wrong. I saw no solutions of rolling out of extra medical forces, extra people that are going to test, extra places that we can run to, extra places that we can report to, all of us that are not at home. This is a mistake. And I'm sorry, but I will say it like it should be said. Ek is jammer, maar ek gaan nie room op hierdie koek sit nie. Dit is vir my droog. En 'n droë koek is nie lekker nie en smaak nie lekker nie. En jy gaan hom nie by my afwurg nie. So dit is net vir my onaanvaarbaar en onsmaaklik. I'll end up by saying that we are today now in lockdown 3. We are awaiting the so-called minister's explanation, and we will then see and digest such. What we are asking this country as the UIM is for patience, for discipline, and more than that, for safety. Let us adhere to the law of the land, but let us understand that we are free, that we have a constitution, but that we also have the obligation to save lives. Keeping safe at the end of the day must be a personal responsibility and must be a responsibility for all the people around us. Where I do agree is that we do not want to lose one more life. Because every life to us is precious. Ons wil vir die vra dat ons op die einde van die dag na die landswette moet luister. Al is dit moeilik. Dat elke lewe vir ons 'n seëning is. En dat ons die dissipline moet toepas onsself. En veral op ons skouers neem, dat ons kinders en dat ons ouerige mense op hierdie dag na moet gekyk moet word. Our elderly and our children are vulnerable, and I ask us that we also spare thought to everyone that currently has got family that are lost, or people currently in family that has COVID. May God bless you. May God bless South Africa. Mag die Here u seën en mag die Here Suid-Afrika seën, u behoed en u bewaar. Thank you again for making time, and I am ready to go into a 2021 where we will make change, where we will be government, and where we will care just a little bit more. Have a good break. Be safe at home. If you are going back, may God rest and may God give peace on your soul and patience more than others. Kyk na julleself. Ek sien uit as daar 'n paar mense in Nysna's. Baie lief vir julle. Love you all with a great heart. Stay South African, SA first, God even more. Thank you very much.